We're a little bit late. Not severely, but a little. Hey Neo, looks like you're the only one. Which means to everybody else, it won't seem like I was late. Let's turn on some lights. Ooh, that's bright. And John, a laptop. The funnel was just for dealing out solvents. Okay, so what else do we need? Oh, just gonna add a bit of water to this. Had to make up my various concoctions. Okay, we need some better light here. Overheads. Alright. Kick in. And the next one. Rightio. Hey DJ, hey Lettuce Repair, B-Blood, Ed. McGrams is here too. And who's this new person? Second Uspe. Is it Seekin Uspe? I don't know. Probably completely and utterly butchering that name, and I do sincerely apologise. Crazy Australians with no cultural experience. Okay, junk. We got a bunch of machines that I'm well behind on. Unfortunately, the last couple of days we've been dealing with one of the cats had a urinary tract blockage, so all is okay, well enough for the moment. He's still got a stone in his bladder, but we're kind of hoping we'll be able to dissolve that and things like that. So yeah, it's not the sort of thing you want to be dealing with, but it's just the way it goes. You roll with the punches, as it were. Okay, first up we've got a 1466, which is nice. Everybody loves a 1466. This is not booting or charging. Let's see how true that is. Like Pedro, Scammer of Canberra. Canberra Scamber. Canberra Scammer. That's it, yeah, Canberra Scammer. Quality scamming delivered direct to you. Hey, Sutterbridge. Alrighty. Let's see what this one does. Oh, we immediately get a green light, and we immediately get charge. It's fixed. It booted. It's fixed. Alright, okay, if it does that, then usually what that means, because it's just come out of transit, it's probably got corrosion somewhere. Crusty, dry corrosion, and the transit sort of knocks it around, breaks it clear, and it appears like it's working wonderful, and people send it back and say, there's nothing wrong with it. But there is. Or at least I think so. Either that, or the person who sent it to me did not do their due diligence and verify that it did in fact work with their own known working good MagSafe. And if that is the case, they still get hit with the standard bench fee. Because, yeah, it's still my time. I've got to do it then. Okay, so many screws. What do we got? We've got a 165. Battery looks fine. We'll disconnect that battery now. This is a field replacement board. In other words, it's been replaced before at some time. There's got a little sticker on it, which a little marking F195 or whatever, which I'm pretty sure is field replacement marking. Okay, we're just going to strip it out. These boards are so quick to get out that it's worth always taking a look, seeing what's on the other side of the board. Alright. I did want to still be working on Flex Board View at the moment. I'm sort of going through some more improvements. Forever putting improvements on it. But yeah, there's a couple of nice rendering issues that I wanted to fix up. Someone forgot to put the sticker and run the job. There we go. Let's run that job. Hey, QVHS. Mentioned Buddha stream. Oh, right, yes. Yes, bit of a different stream compared to Boots. So job data, there we go. What was I going to say? 2412. As we sully up the poor customer's solid state drive. Where we do that so that if we have a brain spasm and we lose that drive and I find it again in the workshop, I know exactly who it belongs to. A lot easier than finding unmarked drives and then having to go through and load them up and see what's on them and try to assess what's going on, particularly if the person has a password lock on their drive, and then you've got no idea. Outlines are not in the PCB files. Some do, some don't. It's unpredictable. Like, I did receive the 820.03285 and 86 boards today from Harold. He's probably saying, shut up, don't tell people where you got it from. Anyway, so I received those boards, and one was a BRD format, which is the original sort of format that we're all used to. And the other one was a CAD format, and it was exported from something else, and I think it came out of Vinifix, but they butchered up the outline. There was no outline, and they actually butchered up the header for the GenCAD file, and so it wouldn't work properly. Unfortunately, GenCAD is a plain text format, so I was able to go in there and just fix up their mistakes with the conversion. And, whoa, liquid, that's liquid. And that's fresh. But yeah, as for the outlines, it's unpredictable which way you're going to go with those. Some do, some don't. And if they don't have an outline, at least with the MacBooks, I generally try to generate one and then export as a BVR. The reason why it becomes a BVR, which is a format that I created, believe me, yeah, there's nothing special about creating file formats. Any old person can do it. Doesn't mean they're good file formats. But I created the BVR just so that it's an extremely verbose format, like it's very wordy. It doesn't try to do anything fancy, but subsequently it's quite a large file compared to other formats. However, the upside is that if you run it through a zip compressor, it will shrink very significantly. Anyway, so because I can work with the BVR files very easily, I can quickly put outlines into them, so and then just re-export it. Hey horse. This is a 1.8 gigahertz i5 8 meg 8 gigs RAM. Yeah. So anyway, so that's why they end up as BVR files. It's not because I'm trying to lock people into it, because the BVR format is out there for anyone to implement. It's just a case of it's a format that I can manipulate and add and adjust things if I have to. Oh, let's see. 4 machines this week with repair tech. Oh, yucky, yucky, yucky. Yeah. Oh, like poor old Joey last night with his batch of very unwelcome Nintendo Switch lights. So basically, he ended up with a box of donor boards. A very expensive box of donor boards at that, too. Compared to what he should have paid if he'd known that they were, in fact, so dud-like. And I do find that difficult, though, because, yeah, he's got the situation where he trusted the seller, who was an intermediary for them. And so I don't know how that's going to go down. The thing is, you don't always get the opportunity to be able to inspect everything yourself. So you do kind of have to sometimes go, you know what, I'll take the job lot and see how it goes. And sometimes it just doesn't work. And there's been a few cases where I have ordered things supposedly that were perfectly fine, and they turned up here and they're just like being dragged through a swamp. Okay, people, take care. Got my hands on the latest XZ dump. That's why I'm asking. I get no outlines. Yeah, with the XZ dump, it's funnily enough, the XZ dump is not the ideal place to get the MacBook board views. You're better off getting them off bad caps from places, you know, from people who actually put them out there. The XZ ones suck, as well as the fact that they are already pre-butterflied onto a single plane, so it doesn't work as well in Flexboard View. So yeah, with Flexboard View, get yourself the BRDs or the BVRs from bad caps. Pedro, have you done the honors and issued out those new ones that I sent you? Okay, this is interesting. This one is not actually showing up, so I'm kind of wondering now whether it's the DC in board, because this board is actually looking pretty clean. I mean, yeah, it's got a bit of dregs in here and there, but overall it's pretty clean. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me, so I'm leaning towards it being the DC in board. I mean, there's a little bit of corrosion here, but it's hardly going to kill it. Tomorrow, I can't wait that long, Pedro. I'm just going to push him up myself. You lost the opportunity for fame. Honestly, what do I pay you for? It seems all you like to do is whinge to me about how you don't have enough jobs. And then when I give you things to inspire your life, you just become a slack ass. I'm disappointed. Frown upon you, sir. Meanwhile, I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow. Ooh, no, that's roach crap that I just rubbed off that. Roach crap or a bug has been chewing away at the foam. This, where is it? This edge foam, bugs can chew away at it, and it can look not too dissimilar from roach crap. Socialize. I don't give a damn if you're socializing. You've got a responsibility. Especially for someone who's whinging and complaining in the past about people not putting up those boards when they get them. Like, oh, bloomin' people don't put them up as soon as they get them. And now here you are being as bad as they are. Alright, let's check this DC in board, because I really am having a hard time picking any fault on that one. Yeah, you're ashamed of yourself? Okay. Nice cheap words there, buddy. Nice cheap words. Self-flagellating will not get you out of this. I'm just going to watch you do that and go, that's great, I'm still punishing you. Hey Teresa, yeah, stones in the bladder, which is a bit annoying on a 2-year-old kitty. It's not even 2 years old. So we've got to work out whether it's bacterially driven or whether he's got an infection just simply as a consequence, and or whether it's diet or more than likely anxiety, if you ask me. The more I look at this, the more I'm starting to think this was actually a bad MagSafe, as in a customer's charger was no good. Really hoping I find something. Bad keyboard, yeah, could be bad keyboard. Though it's a little unusual. I could understand if it didn't want to turn on, but to not charge, that's the weird part. Okay, we just got to check under here because sometimes liquid can get in through the headphone port, but in this case, not so. Nope, not that either. Oh, how very positively frustrating. Yeah, I mean, the MagSafe could be better, but it's still at least got its backing sheet and they're not pitted. So I don't think I can really blame that. Let me check the crossflex. And that crossflex, the 1722, looks good. Blimey. We will now check the receptacle on the board of that crossflex. I can't see anything remotely suspicious. Let's do an angle check. The usual place that these ones can fail is along this edge here. Geez, even the HS105 is fine. Normally that takes a few hits. That one's just perfectly fine. Obviously we don't want to just randomly go ahead and start replacing parts like, oh well, you know, let's try the ISL or something like that. You know, you just really don't want to do that. Is that saved to buy a MacBook screen on? Oh, what? Is that? Hey, JCT. No. Is it safe to buy MacBook screens on AliExpress? Is that what you're asking? Pedro would know. Pedro's actually, for as much as I dish out on him, he does a lot of good work with screens. So what do you think, Pedro? Personally, I buy mine from a local distributor. There's a slight premium on it, but generally try to avoid doing screen replacements if I can help it. Stick to board repairs only. Let other people deal with screens and peripherals. Yeah, I don't know about you folks, but I'm erring on this one. May have even, like I said, I'm erring on it being the customer just had a bad MagSafe. But that's annoying. Waste my time, waste their time, waste their money. Random dust and dregs in there. So I'll just have to put that on the back burner. Yet another machine on the damn back burner. See how we go. I'll test it later. But yeah, nice fat waste time. It could well be the keyboard, given that we've seen that little bit of liquid underneath the fan. But like I said, it doesn't quite explain the no charge, unless of course they misinterpreted. You know, some people will think it's not charging, but it is. Anyway, what have I got here? I've got a crap ton of things. What do we got? Alright, I've got a 2338. I've got a 2337. I could get warmed up on a 2337. 1989? Hell no. I mean, I like them, but they more often than not turn into lots of corrosion. And then you end up losing data. Hey Rilla, welcome. Okay, next job. Beep beep. Thank you. Wait, did I pick up the 1989? God damn it. Wrong one. Gonna run out of containers at this rate. Better buy another box of 20. Really, you know, it's been a day and a bit. There we go. Stress. Ooh, I just thought of something. The MagSafe that I use is, of course, a third-party MagSafe. It's not a genuine MagSafe. So we could have a situation here where a genuine MagSafe is not going to charge. A genuine MagSafe won't detect and things like that. So I'm just going to pull out the old genuine. Let's see if that works. So now we're back to the other job. Beep. It is very nice having barcode scan. And the nice thing is it generates a new video file for every time I scan. So what will happen is when I scan it, stops the current recording and then starts a new one and then links the job number to the new file that's been generated by the recording. So it makes it very easy for me to quickly go back and see what was going on with job 2412. Okay, so let's see how this one goes. So this is a genuine 165s. Yeah, it's not something you very often find anymore, but it used to be that 165s were notoriously fickle about what you plugged into them. Like you can't put a MagSafe 1 board, cable, and then use an adapter to a MagSafe 2, even if they're both genuine, the 165 will not tolerate that. Also, no, not interested, sir. Yeah, that's working. See it blinks green at least. Come on. Give us a green blink. Yeah, there we go. So it wasn't that either. So much for that theory that I had. Like so many other theories I have. Hey, Ruggers. Yeah, it's been a while now. I'm terrible. Almost as bad as Pedro. You feeling the love, Pedro? Yeah, the kitties are having one of the kitties has had a bit of a rough day with down at the vet, urinary tract issues, and it's still not fully over. We've got to work out what the hell's going on. At least he's cleared for the moment. We'll just keep an eye on him, see how he is in the morning, and so on and so forth. It's a good thing that we live and work at home, because that makes it very easy to keeping tabs on them. As opposed to if you've got to go to work, and if your kitty cat is an outside or, you know, roams freely outside, then yeah, you just don't know what you're coming home to. Can't live with that myself. I know some people have no choice. We've pretty much done everything we can to ensure we're here. Ah. Anyway, so this is a 2339. Oh, we've got an unknown fault. Fantastic. I love it when I get jobs that I don't even know what the fault is. My first task is to find out what's going on. Oh, we've got a screen replacement. Fantastic. Cat lover. Ginger cat at that too. Liquid damage. Why do you people send me this crap? Why? Stop sending me liquid damage machines for general fix. It's not going to happen. Meanwhile, I start fixing it. Main reason why I don't like doing liquid damage for general fix is because liquid damage is quite insidious, and you could fix it up just fine, and then 3 weeks later it stops working, and then it's all your fault, even if it was unrelated or it was not specifically detectable. Or maybe something was wicking into the screen assembly, like I've already had the screen assembly replaced. Oh. Yeah, actually I can see this. Essentially the problem with liquid damage is that you're taking on a future risk. Because even if you advise the customer it could die, they're like, no, I just want it now, just get it fixed and we'll be fine, I'm not going to worry. And they do worry. They do. Later on, it comes back. Arilla, quite a few. Yeah, this is a classic strike on the 2338. Takes out these chips. Yeah, what is this stuff? Damn. I'm spending my whole night licking boards. It's clear. So it could be white wine, although usually you can smell white wine a mile away. It could be vodka, but again, you usually can smell vodka. I'm kind of worried. I think I'm going to take this, I will be taking this board out, but I'm kind of worried what I'm going to find on the other side. Hey, creature. Let's go ahead. Let's get this out. Listen, the problem with liquid damage is many a time your hard effort ends up biting you in the backside anyway. Like, you may get the device back up and running for the customer. They're going to be all happy and gushing over how impressed they are with you, and they think you're a genius, all that sort of stuff. But fast forward 3 weeks after, when it stops working, all of a sudden they're like, I want my money back. I want my money, you muppet. And you're like, ah, good. And of course they won't have backed up their data. That's probably the most painful thing, when they haven't backed up their data even though you gave them a chance and warned them to do so. The only way to make sure they back up their data is for you to actually do it. Pedro, you know I hate these repairs. Give me a 2141. Hey JFix. What you doing today, JFix? You got anything in your fixing queue? Are you kicking back and doing nothing? Wasting time watching obscure Australians on the other side? Alright, where's my socket driver? The number of times I've seen people try to get these out, just lifting the board out and forgetting about this little 4mm unit here. You can always tell because there's a crease in the heatsink afterwards. and you ask them, so, did you forget that? No, it was like that when we got it. Okay, I'm sure it was. I'm starting to become a bit Gregory House-like. Actually, you know what, I shouldn't say starting or a bit. I think you're born like that sometimes, cynical of everything. Patient always lies. That's it, creature. Creature knows his stuff. Sometimes they don't even know that they're lying. That's the hard part, is when they're not even aware of it. It's just subconscious. It just happens. But no, I never. And it's not, frequently it's not even out of malice. It's just, nope, wasn't me. I saw you spill it on the counter. Wasn't me. Okay. Well, I'm pleased to report that the underside of the board actually does look pretty good, so that's a good sign. At least, yeah, there are no fields of broccoli growing out that I can see. So we mostly just got this area here to fix up. Would have been nice if they told us whether it was a screen issue or something else, but no, we just have to assume now. Is that for the USB amp meter I was talking about? Oh yeah, I'm basically winding down, but Harold's picking up that Harold has licensed it off me. If I had to guess, I mean, I still have them in stock. I'd say this is undercut here on that pin. I don't know what to think about that. I don't think this one's been too bad, but I'm fairly sure that we've got some undercutting going on that pin. And I hope I've got some stock of these though. This is such a common area for the damage that I may have run out of replacement parts. Let's hope not. I'm pretty sure that one's an INA 210 current sense. Chances are I'm wrong about that too. Hey Q's, yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's always that area, so you can see on this, it's the parts that I'm constantly pulling off. Okay. Well, that was very exciting, Gecko. Couldn't see the multimeter. I don't have a multimeter. I've only got like the USB-C meter and I've got the ring light. It's the only two things I have. Okay, we'll just put that great big chunk of thermal mass over there. Hey Paul Norman, I was just saying we've got a, what do you call it, a urinary tract. Okay, that's, whatever it is sugar based, because you can see it's turning it to toffee and then it's turning into charcoal. That's gonna pop. I don't really have a choice. Fucking hell, that just hurt my eyes. Whatever. Well, I hope that's frickin' toffee and not something else. God help me if it's something noxious. Okay, yeah, it's looking water. Okay, that one looks like it didn't get taken out like I thought it would, which is annoying because now I've got to decide whether I'm going to put that back or not, or whether it actually is faulty. What I find curious is that it's not. Oh, actually, wait, no. No wonder it's not coming up. That was pure IPA, and sugar-based stuff doesn't really come up with pure IPA at all. That's why I have my water alcohol mix, which helps me lift up water-based salt stuff. There is a little bit of cutting on here. Oh, flippin' hell. On here. But not enough, and there's also two pads involved there, the trunked joined, whatever you want to say, so I doubt they were at fault. So we're going to have to look at this one, which I really don't want to do. I'm going to have to. I know I'm being a smidge like overprotective and cautious of these things, but man, I need to get more flux. I really just don't like popping those tantalums. It's no fun at all. They stink, and then you got to replace them. And usually when you replace them, you take out another one. So it becomes a horrible whack-a-mole game. God damn. She ain't coming up in a hurry. Okay, that's actually not coming up at all. Kind of push my luck with that a bit. Again, that doesn't really seem like it's damaged. Yeah, I don't know who left what behind there. I don't know whether I pulled the trace or whether... yeah, I really don't know what I'm looking at there. Because I can see veer tops there. At least I'm pretty sure I can see veer tops. No, that's interesting. They solder back over fine. More flux required, Mr. Daniels. Yeah, Q's, it's just... like every time I see 2337, or sorry, 2338 come in, some sort of liquid damage, it's like, yeah, that's gonna be where it gets taken out. Obviously I can see there's a bridge there across those pins. I'm not worried too much about that. Yeah, there's definitely still muck left there from the liquid damage. Because the trouble with this stuff is, now that we have used the hot air on it, instead of just simply being annoying gooey liquid, it is now conductive carbon. Now I gotta see if I've even got a donor source for these. For some reason I don't seem to have bought any replacements of these particular parts. I don't know why. I go through them enough. What I particularly dislike about when you get these machines in with no real fault description is that you don't even know where to start. You're just hoping that you're chasing the right thing. PP bus seems tolerable. Maybe if I put it the opposing polarity or the correctish polarity. Yeah, that's more like it. Pushing over 1k, that's good. I think we've already got a problem here, unless I'm mistaken. But we're showing 4.7 on this rail, and that's not what I think it should be. So as far as I know, it's a moderately hefty power rail, but I don't think it's supposed to be that low. So it could well be dead already. Yeah. Just going to bring up Flex. This is 2016? What? Yeah. No, 2020 board. What am I thinking? Right, so this here, oh yeah, that's not good. So that's supposed to be 0.423 diode. Yeah, we're a little higher than that. Just a smidge. Hey, Serge. Yeah, 3v3S2. Okay. 423. Did I get a stash of Tim's flux? No, Tim was supposed to send me flux. Because, he was like, oh, I'm going to send you flux so you can stop using the Amtech stuff. Just, give me your address and I'll send it through. And I believe he would have. I don't believe he was trying to dupe me or anything like that. It's just that so much that goes on in his life that he was like, well, Paul's still got his flux. So, yeah, okay. So we've got a pretty hard short there on that rail. 3v3S2, so our problem is somewhere downstream, and right now I've got to change gloves. And then, of course, the other thing I don't know is, does this person care about data? Because if they don't care about data, then I would probably tell them, you know what, just get a new machine. Now, a lot of people are going, you can't say that, you're supposed to repair everything. But realistically, once these machines get beyond anything more than just simply, okay, we've got a shorted cap, remove that, or we've got a blown ISL, remove that, or a blown CD3216, 15, replace that. Once you get beyond that sort of single, maybe two-part fault situation, in many cases you are better off just telling your customer, get a new one. It's different if you're doing it for the sake of, hey, I just want to try and repair something. No problem, go for it. I'm not going to, that's great. But when you're doing it for someone who needs to continue to use it, or it's for business, things like that, better to cut their losses now, go get a new machine. Hey, Antonio. Yeah, I'm very happy with the mini-map and all the things that have been added to Flex Board View. Okay, have you been using it, or yes? There's a few other tweaks and changes that I've made. I probably should shrink the, let's see, program preferences. Shrink the font slightly. Where's my sidebar? Oh, here we go. Offset. There we go. Like we've got the full hovering, so like when I hover there, you see it shows up there. When I hover here, you see it shows up there. All the same networks are covered. And then if you get one where there's... Why is everything not got a cumulative? I need a 165 here. Like if you're looking at the CPU part, then you don't want to scroll through all 1,000 pins. It gives you a summary of all the pins that are... Yeah, there's just lots of little tweaks and adjustments that I've made that just sort of try to make it a little bit better. Like down here you've got... We used to always have positional data, but I've sort of tried to improve it with some nice icons and then showing you what's currently selected and if there's anything in the clipboard. Like if I right click on that, you see clipboard now is loaded with UO500. We're mostly at the point now where it's all fine-tuning that's going on. There will be the occasional improvement, big feature change and all that, but for the most part it's refining the product more than anything else. Can you show the new tweet? Damn, oh, where's... There they go, there's just a couple of them. No, no, no. What am I doing? Anywho, so we have a strong short on this, which honestly could be so many things. Go back to the schematics. Yes, that's resistor. Some caps there. I find being able to click on the mini-map quite useful now, so like I can just click there and it will jump to whatever that part is, click back to the center, and then of course you can, you know, speed scroll, so to speak. I'm a little worried about this because there's not actually a lot of components, like susceptible ones, yeah, simple ones like caps and stuff like that. Okay, so we've got 150, 716, oops. Hey, I think I got an issue there. Why didn't that show up? Okay, it did there, but why not? This is why I got to be careful before I push out new updates. Like I did some work on trying to optimize my computations, but it might have, this hasn't been pushed out, this version, but it might have actually been causing a problem. Like, see that? It's just gone off into the middle of nowhere. The search parameter is correct. Yeah. Yep, so I think my attempt to optimize computations has actually caused a problem here. Cool. Yeah, it definitely has. It's surprising how often that can happen. You can think, oh yeah, you know, I'm just changing 5 multiplications to 1 multiplication and, you know, speeding up the process, and it seems initially like it's okay, but then before you know it, it's not. It's at the bottom right hand corner by the 2 memory chips. What are we looking for? There it goes. Back to the, well, And down here. Which part are you talking about? Oh, there's a bit of corrosion there. Mind you, that doesn't look like that's a problem. What bothers me also is that it's a 4 ohm short. It's not a nice juicy 1 or anything like that. I suppose I can just inject and see what's going on, see if we can find it. So what do we reckon? Do the injection? One amp, 1 volt probably should cover it. Oh, what the hell? How did I not see that? There we go. That could be it. Mind you, it's not really the right cap, but maybe it is. Oh, god damn it. Okay, this is why I generally don't switch over to schematic. Because I always forget to switch back. Anyway, there. And lo and behold, that actually is on 3v2. 3v3S2. So alright, let's carve that out and hope we have a good day. That's why I usually only inject it like 1 volt, 1 amp, yeah, no more than that. I wouldn't get a lot out of it, given that it's a 4 ohm short, but I'm kind of thinking we've just found it without having to resort to such horrendous tactics. It certainly feels like it's corroded enough that it could be it. Normally these little puff caps don't tend to be the victims, but in this case it could be. Yeah, that one's gone all the way to the board. It's a fair dinkum, full on, all the way to the bottom corrosion job. And I have got vibration coming in onto the desk. I hate that so much. Stop vibrating my desk. It makes you feel like you actually are blind. Because you can't get your microscope view to focus. Let's try this. No, accused, it's all cool. It's all good. I'm in my element. I figure with this, because that's corroded out so much on that side, I should be able to just put a hot bit of solder on that and it will come up. Come on now, let's be civil. Let's not resort to our basic instincts here. There we go. Now let's go see if that... see if this is still a 4 point something short. Crap. 4.6. Damn it. So much for that. I mean, certainly that was a dodgy cap and that had to come off, but yeah, that, no such luck, eh? It's not to say it isn't one of the other caps near it, because that whole cluster of 4 are on that rail. Well, that's... that pad is gone. Can't believe I'm going to have to roll back my changes on the optimizations. I was quite happy with what they delivered. You know, they gave me a few extra frames per second. And now I have to give it all up again. Oh, hello. Someone's been there before. Scratched away that. It wasn't me. Come on, Paul, find the damn fault. Hurry up. It's getting boring. It really is getting boring now. Alright. Looks like it's injection time. Damn it. I was kind of hoping to avoid that. What have we got the time? 11 o'clock already. And we're running late. Hey Tom. Yeah, well, some of us have got other things to do in life. You are not soldered on well enough. Now I have to actually turn on the DC power supply for a change. Almost never turn this thing on anymore, thank goodness. It's nice to have one less piece of equipment permanently running. Okay. So we're already set for 1 volt, 1 amp. So see what we're going to get. So 3.3, 2 volts. Okay, half watt. It's going to be detectable. The 93 milliwatts that we were seeing before, it just was too low. I couldn't reliably get that if I wanted to. Not unless it was a very dark, cold board. And it's certainly not a dark, cold board right now because it's had soldering on it, it's had hot air, it's got all that sort of stuff, so we need something to shine a little more. So 1 watt should shine. Okay. Okay, power on. And it naturally crashes when that happens. Alright, we've got a hotspot right here. And that's exactly where Q's was talking about, I'm guessing, rather than... I was thinking the other side, not the left side. Yeah, I thought you were talking about over here, and I was looking around going, where? You're right, I actually do remember that happening on an occasional basis. It's kind of terrifying how you easily forget the things like that happen. You just sort of just, you know. Now, which part was it? Was it the... We'll just put the power in and verify with a bit of IPA. Yep, there we go. That. Dun, dun, dun. Oh wow, this is... Yeah, my board is messed up. Sorry, don't mind me, I'm just trying to work something out here. What the hell? My rotator's all feffed up. Anyway. Hey Gavin Brown. Okay, so this here, UP701. What? 3 volt switch to the L. I don't remember it being that. But it is being fed by 3v3S2. Okay, I'm half wondering here whether the liquid damage had anything to do with this. I kind of would sooner think that this is probably maybe something that blew when they changed the screen, or something happened with the screen. Maybe there's liquid damage in the screen on the T-Con board. As I said, the screen's been replaced, so I kind of wonder, did liquid maybe get into the screen? I don't know. Well, the parts that we pulled from the board, I have a fairly strong feeling that they're actually okay. But yeah, when you have stuff going crazy on that 3-volt rail, yeah, as I say, it's not good. And who knows what went through it? It's like, what was the cause? Where did it go? What else has been taken out? It'll be interesting to see if once we take that off, whether we get 0.4 back on the diode mode, or whether we're just simply going to move to the next part that's been hit. Yeah, as I say, yeah, the Wi-Fi and then the... So it'd be... Okay, maybe this is what happened. That part that got liquid damage, it's a regulator, I'm pretty sure. I'm really annoyed that I've stuffed up my my screen behavior here. Yeah, okay, so that generates the 3v3. So I would say if that part has been hit, then it went for somewhere else from 3.3. It went to, say, well, let's just say it went to 10 volts. And that's why Q is saying that all the other things have probably been hit too. But we'll pull the parts off and see what happens. At least if we can come up with an answer, then yeah, we've got the answer. Yeah, even if it's dead, at least it's an answer I can give. Well, at least that came off nice and easy. Ah, boy. I was hoping for a little bit more success tonight. Okay, yeah, 19 ohms. We have a cascade failure here, or I call it a cascade failure, where you fix one thing, so you find one fault and then it goes to the next fault, then it goes to the next fault. So yes, it looks like our 3v3 went to something a tad more than 3v3. So we can take this shunt resistor off and they'll isolate the Wi-Fi and we'll see if there's any difference there then. Shunts are so annoying to get off. By design, they're meant to take quite a bit. Because you don't want to cook these chips too much, because these are actually little electronic cities all in a module. They're just basically a tiny board with all discrete electronics in them and then covered up with epoxy or whatever it is and then capped up like that. So what happens is if you cook up the area too much, then they will reflow internally and squeeze all sorts of things in all the wrong places. Let's see. Okay. Fingers crossed. See how we go for the resistance now. Okay, that's pretty good, 450. And yeah, so the Wi-Fi is also dead. So yep, one dead Wi-Fi chip. And unfortunately there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, you can physically replace it, but that's not going to help you. And of course the question is, what else got taken out? Although at least our resistance has come back up to normal. Hey Retro. Was able to contact BK, they fixed their website for driving service lights. So what ended up being the real fault then, Q's? Was it the driver that was the fault in the end? Yeah, sorry I wasn't much use. Now you know why I wasn't much use yesterday and today, because of dealing with Jet and his vet visits. Alright, so what we're going to do is put back broken parts, and like I said, I'm somewhat contemplating putting these ones back. Certainly that one should be fine. Yeah, they didn't have any indication of corrosion within them. Now, as for the regulator pushing out higher voltage, the thing is, the regulator itself might not have actually been damaged. It was just the feedback that was interrupted or messed with. And when the feedback gets messed with, that's when the voltage goes crazy. Hey, Electro Rep, you cannot download the software drivers anywhere from the internet. It wasn't it? What? Okay, so sorry. There's proof that I've dealt with this before. Q's. That's one's missing too. So is it running now, or do we still need to sort that out? Sorry about being dumb about my interpretation. You know how it is. You start doing live streaming like this, your brain just turns to mush. Don't ask me why, it just does. Where are my good boards? These are all shite boards. It's funny, I probably do have several of these 2020 boards in perfect condition. They're just iCloud locked, and I find it extremely difficult to remove them, to work on them. It's like, no, they're perfect boards, I don't want to mess with them. We're just looking for replacements. Okay, 2016s have them. Cool. It's got to be the way the fan works and stuff. (2016). Where are my 2016 donors? Okay, 2338 reference board. So this is what I'm talking about. I can't take those parts off it because it's my reference boards. And then people go, how many reference boards do you need? I'm like, all of them. Yeah. But in saying that, I was fairly sure I had a good number of the 2016 donors on hand. Yet for some reason I can't seem to locate them. I've got oodles of 1708s. Oh, here we go. I've got one 2016. Okay. Phew. Okay. Okay, so 2016. Wow, something's chewing up on my CPU. What the hell? UP701. There's something really chewing up on my CPU. Well, so much for getting some frames back. Alright, so that one there is by the JP600 connector. Okay, I think I can see it. I gotta find out why... Did I stop that? Yep, that's stopped. That's that one there. Yeah, really weird. Don't know why that was sucking as much CPU as it was then. Well, more things for me to find out. This is why I'm quite disinclined to release software too quickly. While I like to test it out on myself for quite a few weeks. Because when you just quickly fix and throw it out to the world, all too often you can miss those things. And then of course people are not happy about that. Yeah, better to have slightly less features but something working. Hey, Lewis Akis. Akis, ACDC. Sorry, you probably get that a lot. It's like, I'm out of here. Stupid, crazy Australians. Okay, that could probably be cleaned up a little, I think. Used to it even with your own Brits. Oh, the British. It's like when I was over in South Africa. It was always like, oh, the Australian, you sheep love. And it's like, it's not us. Honest. Try our siblings across the Tasman. Or the Welsh. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was pretty much 5 years of my life over there, just responding to the same old stuff every day. So seriously, you guys not get sick of the same joke every day? Yeah, there you go, see the Welsh, yep, knew it. Typical trash talk like that, and Pedro shows up yet again. Makes you wonder about Pedro a lot. But yeah, there's always the stereotypical kind of jokes and stuff, and you just gotta deal with it. You gotta live with it. It's sort of part of the camaraderie. It genuinely didn't bother me that much, except if it went on a little bit too long sometimes, or maybe some days I just didn't feel like it. But overall, I was fairly tolerant of it. If it made them feel more comfortable with me as I was gently caressing their internal database server, then I was happy. Yeah, banter, exactly. International banter. It's healthy. Until it becomes too much. And then you hulk out and rage, and it's like, I kill you all! And then they just laugh. And then they'll be like, crikey, mate. That's not a knife. Do not like the fact that I'm leaving flux everywhere. But yeah, I look back very fondly on my time in South Africa. What's scary is that I have now basically, I am now as if I lived my entire life again and headed off to South Africa. So I went over there when I think I was 22, 23, I think. And so now I am, 50 something. So I could have, when I got back, reset back to being a baby, and now I'll be back over there again already. It's crazy. It is just insane how life zips past like that. Just terrifying. Or you think, how many times could I have gone through school already now? Like if you say 17 years, that's about, coming up 3 times now. 25 years, I'm trying to seem like I'm mature and responsible here. Killing the vibe there, buddy. God damn, I didn't mean to do that. Thank goodness it pulls itself back into alignment there. Yes, time certainly has no respect for anybody. It just carries on. So, too bad, folks. See you at the end. See you when I come around to collect you. And that will be tomorrow. Certainly feels that way. And like say for this house loan, I've just started now the 5th year of the house loan. And in a way that's greatly disappointing to me on the grounds of the fact that I actually wanted it knocked over in 3, but we reprioritized our expenditure and decided we needed a fence, a roof, and the tiling in the kitchen done, because truly the kitchen was an abomination, dreadful abomination. Anyway, so yeah, we had to burn all the money that might have otherwise gone in towards the loan in order for us to have a sane, something of a sane life. We still do have the crappy old Ford Falcon, the BA. Don't get me wrong, the Ford Falcon BA is a fantastic car. The Barra engine in it, the inline 6 Barra, brilliant engine, almost bulletproof. But it is getting old. And we don't have air conditioning. The central locking's gone. And the air conditioning loss is the worst bit, really. A lot of other things I can tolerate, but air conditioning loss, man, that's bad around here. Alright, well, we've waffled on for far too long, I'm afraid. I've decided that talking to people on live stream is dreadful for productivity. You all heard it. I'm blaming you all for my lack of success tonight so far. Oh, Q's got a birthday on the weekend. I do my very best to avoid people knowing when my birthday is. I'm not a birthday person myself. So yeah, it's just another day. My best kind of birthday is when nobody knows it's my birthday. I just get on with life. Alright, let's see how this goes. Now we've got 20 volts negotiated. Stuck at 120 milliamps. That's not... just popped up a little bit there. Not much. I'm a little worried about that 120, 130. That's kind of like a dead zone. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's put it in and see. Who knows, maybe we might get a boot. Boot. Hey, Harold. By the way, Harold, I fixed up that CAD file. And did I reply back to you about those files? I'd love to know what they're using as their original source for that 8200-3285 board, the one that they converted to CAD, because they butchered it. Okay, butchered is a bit of a strong word, but it certainly didn't work properly as it was, and I've added the outline now, so it actually looks proper. Oh, always. This flex that comes from the fan over to here, every single time I forget it. Nobody knows what the original is. Somebody knows. Anyway, it looks like it was converted by someone at Vinifix using, like if you look at the header of that file, you can see the details. Anyway, it's fixed up and working. After all that, I didn't put the screen cable on. But yeah, thanks for those, Harold, because we were wondering when they would show up. Interestingly, they weren't on the XZZ database as far as I know. So does that mean XZZ is going to now add that to their archive and claim it as their own? I just wish they'd just give us the BRDs without tainting them. Even though the BRDs are obviously an export format from whatever the original design file is. Anyway, fixed up and yeah, looking much nicer with an outline on it. I know it shouldn't technically make a lot of difference, but it just always feels nice to have a proper outline on them. Right, I think we can actually put this one back together now. Just make sure to check the Wi-Fi right away. There's no Wi-Fi. I've actually left it disabled. I have not re-enabled the Wi-Fi. I've left it with that shunt completely disconnected. So I'm hoping it will boot without that, because I know some of these will not boot without their Wi-Fi chip. If it doesn't want to boot without the Wi-Fi, then I'm going to have to go on a expedition of carving out whatever's shorted in there. And that rarely ends well. Okay, so I haven't sent them back to you. Crikey, sorry about that, Harold. Yeah, I'll send them as soon as I... Honestly, it's Pedro's fault, actually. He was supposed to put them out, because he's my attack dog. It seems like he was too busy sleeping. Too busy doing other things in life. Apparently he has a life of his own. But yeah, I'll send them through. Well, really, it's just the one. It's just the 3285, which was the CAD file. And I've just converted it to a BVR3 and added that outline. I've noticed too also that in the header, they actually list BVR as one of their file formats that they support in their converter. So people can't say, oh, no one uses BVR anymore, because apparently people are out there now reading those, which doesn't surprise me, because it's a very simple kind of format. And 99% of the data you need to draw the board is already, it's there directly, you know, you don't have to infer anything or keep reference tables or anything like that. I know, I left battery connected there, I know. Don't hurt me. Yeah, Pedro calls it socializing, I'll call it being lazy. Holy shit, it actually booted. And I've got an Apple logo, and it's progressing up. So what's going to happen now is the person is going to say to me, oh, we don't want the data, we just wanted the machine fixed properly. Yeah, that's fully booted. Trackpad works, keyboard works, touch bar doesn't seem to work. That's okay. Shut down. Right, so that works. We're alive. Pedro doesn't like you. What? Oh, he doesn't like anybody. Don't worry about it, Harold. Yeah, Pedro doesn't like anyone. Especially not me. Interesting, it's not charging. Unless the battery is fully charged. But that current's way low. I'll try to boot it again. Just see if the battery's flat or what. Not that it matters, because basically, yeah, this is a data recovery scenario, so if it doesn't charge the battery, it really doesn't matter. It's okay, it looks like we're going to go for severely discharged battery, because that just crashed. Whoops. This MacBook's going, what the hell do you want from me, man? On, off, make up your mind. MacBooks love me. Okay, I'm just going to cover this as I drop it over, because I know there's personal information there. Alright, so we'll give it a couple of minutes to see if it pops up on the charge, but even that's pretty damn low, even for a discharged battery. So I'll sit here, basically begin saying goodnight to you all, while we wait and hope this creeps up. So keep an eye on this 57 down here. This represents the lower bound of the current. And if we do have a really low, sort of slow increment in charge, you should see that. Well, now we went backwards. Great, 56. What we ideally want to see is it go up like 57, 58, 59, and not go down. Yeah. Trust me, only offer day recovery on this. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's just it. I am only offering data recovery. I'm not giving it as a standard machine. What I was trying to say is that now is when you find out that they don't care about the data, that you find out that they've got their own backups and things like that, and they only really wanted the machine fixed if it was fixable properly, as opposed to this, which is, it's only going to be good for recovery. And yeah, no rush. I'll try and get around to you as soon as I can, because things are just being a bit crazy at the moment. I've got a big stack of, I don't know, is it showing up? There. Yeah, I've got this stack of machines still to do, this stack, and I've got about another 10 coming tomorrow. So I'm well behind. When you get a chance, oh yeah, alright, yeah. Come on. I mean, in the meantime, you can keep stuff around. I mean, if it was working before just fine, then I don't see why the software would change now. Good on you, Pedro. You could have put them up on bad caps instead. Now you've got two jobs. You've gone and mailed it to Harold, and now you still got to go put it up at bad caps. And Nusacat, yeah, definitely I agree, Nusacat. It is very good to have the jobs in, and I'm happy for that. I just don't want to disappoint customers by taking too long. Any 2681 fixing, nothing in the queue that I have currently. Most of the time I find the 2681s are usually liquid damage by the screen, by the camera connector and things like that. That seems to be like 99% of the time what it is. Yeah, I don't see this going anywhere, so I'm kind of wondering whether, yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I'll leave it, like it'll pop up to that 57, and then it'll pop back down to 656. 56 in bastard. Fresh Windows installed, for some reason it won't communicate with COM5 or any other port. I'm able to communicate with it, but I'm able to communicate with the regular software. I think it's well, I think it's Windows too, yeah. Nusacat, basically Jet. He's one of the nuggets, as we call him, one of the 7 nuggets that we brought in 2 years ago. He was struggling very bad to try go P, and turns out he had a blockage, and it was a stone. Unfortunately, we weren't able to remove the stone. It was too big to pass at this point, so we're going to have to try and see if we can dissolve it. But at least in the short term, we've managed to, he's been able to go P again. And the question is, you know, if that stone gets lodged in again, then, you know, we just have to basically keep a constant eye on him, which is fine because we're always here at home. I wonder whether this battery has actually just offed itself. It's still peculiar. It is detecting the battery. When I open up the lid, it shows the battery and it shows that it's trying to charge it. Anyway, alright, look, it's getting late. It's, you know, 1:45, so I've got other things I gotta get done. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry it wasn't a high turnover of jobs, but at least we did get that one to boot, in spite of the fact that it clearly got blown through on the 3v3 rail. And it was interesting to see that the regulator was okay, but clearly what had happened is the liquid that got on the regulator messed with the feedback sensing, and at some point it must have pushed the voltage up a little bit high, which then caused the other parts to blow out. But so we got lucky there. That's good. Happy to have that. At least there is the opportunity for data recovery. Fingers crossed that is what the customer is after. If they're not, then yeah, it's my loss. Yep, see, Harold's going to remind me of this all the time now. Oh dear. Alright, I'm out of here. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one, whenever that may be. In the meantime, you all take care of yourselves, look after your animals, your fur kids, and your family members, you know, your humans if you have to. Focus on your family, your fur kids. They need your help more than anything else. I'm out of here. Catch you later. Thanks for watching.